All right, y'all got any opening precepts? All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, we want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. All right, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth through the Holy Spirit. And as always, giving a special peace and blessings and salutations to the Lord's elect. All right, we out here another week to prophesy the downfall of America, Babylon the Great. All right, and to let you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans know that you are the biblical Israelites according to the Bible. Okay? And prophecy is our number one focus. Okay? So we out here to give you the truth of the scriptures. All right? Unfiltered. All right? With no gimmicks. Okay? So without further ado, we're going to get right into it. Business as usual.
This is 2 Thessalonians 2:1. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, neither by word, nor by letter as from us, as that day of Yahweh Shai is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
You can speak on that.
And one of the things that's going on right now is the wicked rulers of this world, man. Right? Esau Edom is being exposed out there, man. Okay? He's getting ready to lock down his system with the AI and the financial draconian measures. You know? And even in Israel, you got guys that teach that Japhet is the so-called white man, man. No, the so-called white man is Esau Edom.
They're Asian. You know, those dudes who think
all right.
Yeah, people like Japhet being something like they're Asian because they're just covered for Esau.
And it's obvious, you know, when you look at these systems of oppression, okay, they go hand in hand with what the wicked would do, man. You know, who's setting up these world wars? Who's setting up these famines, man? Who's setting up this digital electronic system, man, of finance and digital payments that's about to take place, man? Who's taking everybody's jobs with this AI and acting like it's a good thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who did what was it, a couple weeks ago, Klaus Schwab just stepped down from the WEF, and they got an even crazier motherfucker in there now. He's saying that he doesn't believe that water is a basic human right. So we know that they're getting ready to start thinning out the herd, man. But yet people still don't know who the devil is. Well, the scriptures say that in that time he will be revealed, man.
And they just had those blackouts over there in was that Spain?
Spain and parts of Portugal.
Yeah, Spain and parts of Portugal. They just had the blackouts, and those blackouts will come to America. Mystery Babylon the Great. You know,
Probably a test run.
yeah, I believe it was a test run too. And there was even videos made saying if something like that was to happen in America, it'd be all out hell breaking loose in chaos. You know, those other countries, blackouts happen and people still act normal and act civilized. But if those blackouts were to take place in here in the Mystery Babylon the Great in America, shit'd get crazy overnight.
That's a lot. And the main reason why is Jake and niggas, when niggas don't have the shit they want, you know, they don't have that comfortability, they get wild, man. They act
Yeah, that's why they have that saying, you gotta get comfortable without being, I forgot how it goes.
Be comfortable, uncomfortable.
Yeah, because those things are gonna take place, and the average American is used to having a particular level of comfort, you know. So when shit hits the fan, such as a blackout, people are gonna bug out.
But see,
You know?
Esau got his I's dotted and his T's crossed.
Yep.
He just passed earlier this year. They passed federal order, with an executive order where all police departments got federal immunity. So if they put you down, ain't no investigations. That's the end of it. It ain't no, oh, they under investigation, they off duty for a while, they got under charges. It's immunity. And he just signed something to where the Insurrection Act, but he signed another executive order to where the military is going to help out with the civilian police forces.
Yep.
And he was saying, and Trump was talking about, because they keep grilling him about that one immigrant that they sent out there to El Salvador, and he was hinting that it's going to be citizens pretty soon.
Yeah, he said that. He said, "Hey, if somebody walked up and hit an old lady with a baseball bat, who you would think do something like that? Jake. That's who he talking about. He ain't say black people, but he said somebody hit somebody with a baseball bat. Should they be? So he could be sending you get arrested and say this.
I got something real quick. 2 Ezra 16 and 18, it says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? So all of these things that we're speaking about is already prophesied in the Holy Scriptures to come. You know, that's why for all you people who don't take heed, which is prophesied that the majority of the people aren't, including the majority of our people, that's who the message is really for. When these things take place, you're going to be live bait. You know, you're just going to be out there. You're not going to have a covering. You're not going to have anything to protect you. The Lord is not going to protect you. You know, so when, like it says, this is the beginning of sorrows. Like they're talking about, we've been saying it for the past 2 weeks, they're talking about these storehouses possibly being empty or lower than what they normally are by the summertime, which is, the summer is next month. They show particular ports where in America where there's usually tons of activity and there's no activity at the ports.
And they're already laying those people off.
Let me say something. I was at work yesterday. I was on the line and shit, and they were playing just a regular radio, 93.7. And the furniture commercial came on yesterday, and they said that take advantage of these prices, these pre-tariff. You heard that?
No, I know what you was gonna say though.
They said pre-tariff prices. So when these when the shit kick in, they said by 4th of July it's gonna be there. Now we talked about it last week, but we ain't really. But it's coming out video. Oh, go ahead.
And that's when everybody likes to spend a lot of money, because the 4th of July, what niggas like to do? Barbecue, buy clothes. They're set in a folly.
That's selective. How ironic is that, Joe? No, the 4th of July.
Yep.
Man, that's gonna be the downfall of America. And they're celebrating their Independence Day on that same day, man.
Yep.
Another day they found themselves, they didn't get destroyed, man. Let's start getting destroyed, man.
Hey, you got a holiday coming up this, at the end of this month, Memorial Day, where a lot of people like to barbecue.
Barbecue,
Mother's
yep.
Day this week.
And I mean, a lot of things before these stores, which a lot of stores been closed, before they close, they be having big sales.
Trying to give it away.
Basically, yeah, damn near trying to give it away. So these pre-tariff sales and pre-tariff prices might be the grand finale. Buy this shit because we about to close.
And there's going to be a lot of layoffs, man. They're already laying off people. UPS, trucking companies over in China.
Yeah.
There's millions of people protesting right now. I was just watching a feed on it. So it's hitting both nations pretty hard, man. And those are the two biggest economies in the world.
Yeah, let's start reading. I have one more verse, so y'all can get that. It says, behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for an amendment. I'll go back to it because it's a lot. Y'all got it.
Yeah. This the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 23. For these be the days of vengeance, that all the things that are written may be fulfilled. Woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days.
And that's gonna happen again. That happened already. That's gonna happen again. Go ahead.
For there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon all this people.
Yeah, Yeah, because the Lord is a power of basically the Lord. When people say history repeats itself, the Lord makes history repeats itself. So that when that happened during the time of 70 AD, there's going to be similarities that's going to happen again. Because when we break that down, we don't say, oh, yeah, that's talking about America. Because that's not what it's talking about. But we can say that's going to happen again. You know? So read that part again.
It said, and woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days.
Yeah, last week we was reading about cannibalism. Right? Because it's really, if you think about it, now if you have a baby, okay, cool. But it's not, you shouldn't be like, oh, let's plan to have kids and all of this shit, because you know what's coming down the pipe. Go ahead.
For there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people.
Yeah, we speaking about great distress, trade wars, nothing coming in to America, no food coming in, because America's an imported country, but the ports are empty, you know? So there's really nothing coming in. So that's gonna cause storehouses to be empty, like we said.
That's kind of like a modern day besiege.
Yep. Go
Don't
ahead.
cut them off.
Yep.
It say, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon.
Oh, we've been having hella blood moons
Yeah.
lately.
Hey,
Eclipses.
ring of fire too. Signs in the sun. You had the ring of fire eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
The Devil's Horn eclipse the day
Devil's
after
Horn?
that hurricane. that earthquake. And
Yep.
fuck was that, Taiwan?
There's more blood moons and signs in the heavens now than we used to have to wait for stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now we be like, yo, it's a blood moon.
It used to be. I remember like around 2012. That's when they started. In like 2014, and it's like, oh, in 6 years,
Right.
it'll be
Another
and
one.
Yeah.
Now you might get one
every
6
year.
You might get one 6 months later. You know, there ain't no telling.
Like the next, like we got blood moons and eclipses coming up in September.
See, right there.
The two in the same month. A lunar eclipse and then a solar eclipse, both in the same month in September.
And Esau don't even bring them whack ass glasses out no more. Them stupid ass glasses he used to sell. You get them at every gas station and shit, so you can watch the shit. It's happening so frequently now. He just like, man, y'all gotta just see it yourself.
And if you think about it, we had them dumbass glasses thousands of years ago
Right.
when we was witnessing the signs, when there was stuff like that going on in the signs of the heavens.
Go ahead.
It said, and there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations.
Yep.
With-
Nations, man. You know, a lot of and I keep getting back into the shipping and trucking, but you remember what happened at the end of last year? Those port workers wanted to go on strike because they were fighting against automation. You know, so that could be the answer. Well, since the ports and the trucking companies all go out of business, automate all that shit, man.
They
Put it on
already,
the digital
they
system.
was talking about, I just seen the video, they was saying they was about to do the automated trucks. Because they already got it at the ports. Now with the trucks, then
And one of the things that's been the big money focus this year with the crypto bull market is RWAs, known as real world assets, tokenizing real world assets. So everything's moving to the blockchain, slowly but surely.
Go ahead.
it say men's heart failing for them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken.
Men's hearts failing them for fear, looking for the things that's getting ready to come on the earth. See, the Lord gave us the ability in the spirit to be able to see before it comes. Everybody don't have that ability. Why? Because they're blinded. If you blinded, you can't see what's coming. That's why they got that saying called, yo, you got blindsided. Because you didn't see it coming. But the Lord gave us the ability to see. That's a gift. Go ahead.
It say, and then they shall see the Son of Man coming in the cloud with power and great glory.
That's Revelation 1:7. It says, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. See, when Yahweh Shai comes, you ain't gonna see him on one part of the world, and on this side, everybody at the bar. You know? He gonna shake the heavens. All right, when he comes with with the innumerable amount of angels, the whole earth is going to feel him. Okay, go ahead.
And when these things begin to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh.
That's not talking about everybody. That precept is talking to the elect men of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Right.
Because some of y'all gonna look up and it's gonna be a missile. And redemption that's not gonna be for everybody. Redemption is for the ones that was out here being diligent and putting in the work when nobody was paying attention. Redemption is only for a select few. Go ahead.
And he spake to them a parable. Behold, the fig tree and all the trees. When they now shoot forth, you see and know of your own selves that summer is now near at hand. So likewise, you, when you see the things come to pass, know you that the kingdom of Yahweh is nigh at hand.
So the Lord gave us a parable. When you see the signs coming, he's comparing that to a fig tree, you said, right?
Yeah.
You know that summer is coming. You start seeing the particular trees, they start to bloom a certain way. And then before that, we read how we would get signs in the heavens, in the stars.
Yeah. And it went into, in the beginning of the chapter, they go into the earthquake, the pestilence, the famine. It say with all that thing, with all everything, the distress of nations, all happening at once. It's just like the tree. Like we could look at the plants now. Oh, it's still budding. It's still budding. It's not summer.
Like those little small buds.
Time. We got time. When we see the flowers everywhere and shit, we know it's about to be summertime.
Yeah.
It's no doubting it, and that's how they should feel when they see. That's why when we read last week, shall we then make mirth? When you see things, family about to come, you should be thinking, in June, I think I'm gonna go to Vegas and it's planes falling out the sky, allegedly.
And it's and in this truth, you gotta have a mindset of one day at a time.
Yeah.
You know. So this fucking world is falling apart. These people like to walk around like everything is okay. But even some of the dumb people that watch CNN and Fox News every day, they know. They just pretend like they don't know.
Like even like with my job, I cook at a restaurant, but with that shit happening at the in California, the shipping yards being empty, I'm thinking like shit. When that stop, when they stop shipping shit, my job over.
You ain't gonna have no food to
going
cook.
out to eat and
You ain't gonna have no food to cook.
Anybody spending $200?
Because these major corporations like Walmart, and they ain't getting their money because of the Chinese goods they're selling. They can't make money from that off that anymore. What they gotta do? They gotta increase prices for everything else.
Yeah.
That includes what? The food. The food prices gotta go up as well, man. But ultimately, they need to get their money back, man. So ultimately, the prices gotta go and increase across the board, man. And nothing gonna be safe, man.
Yeah, people about to get humble.
This is
to cut costs and all that, man.
This is Ecclesiastes 12:3. Ecclesiastes 12:3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because there are few, and those that look out the windows shall be darkened. So the grinders cease representing the lack of jobs. You know, AI taking over a lot of shit. So people are, people are losing their jobs. You know,
you got a lot of these, speaking about the keepers of the house, a lot of these elites are that are in the medical industry and healthcare industry are complaining, saying that they can't get a lot of the materials that they need to upgrade their machines for pharmaceuticals and all that, because everything's all gridlocked with the supply chain.
Yeah, they were saying, I seen somebody at a hospital saying, if somebody come in with a car accident to their leg, instead of fixing the broken leg, they might have to amputate it.
They ain't got the means of doing it, man. And we know that the people in this country, they're addicted to pharmaceuticals, man. That's the Lord bringing down that witchcraft.
it's a drug to them.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Look at Revelation chapter 12. That's verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that inhabit it. It's like, ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of earth and of the sea, for the devils come down to you having great wrath, because you know that you have but a short time.
And that wrath is going to basically be in the form, when it's all said and done, that wrath is going to be in the form of the sword. You know, he's coming down. That's why it says he's going to come down having great wrath. That's not a good thing. That's a bad thing. It's going to come down in the form of a sword, because he has to be able to control you. So, you know, like in the world, when they say, yo, he's controlling, that means you're aggressive.
Yeah, and
Nope.
see, they gonna control through fear.
Yep,
But
fear.
that's why it say wisdom and knowledge should be
Yep.
the stability of our times. Because the Lord told us not to fear
Yep.
the person that can kill the body, but fear the person that can kill the
Body and soul.
Right, and that's what we know that. So like you might be shook up just for a little bit, but then you gonna reflect back.
Yeah, you're going to check yourself like, hold on, man.
People are gonna lose their fucking minds, man.
They don't have fear. There's no fear. That's why, like I said, the reason why they're going to lose their minds is because they don't have no stability and fear. They're going to be like roaches when you turn the light on. People going to be scattering everywhere. They're going to be like, yo, what the fuck is going on? You know?
Yeah, because I mean, these mechanisms that Esau put forth to control people are pretty stringent, man. People don't grow their own food no more. People don't know their neighbors no more. There's no such thing as I hate to use the word, but communities anymore.
But the people is bots. They
Yeah.
throw out like certain
Yeah.
shit, just like even
That's a
with the
good
with the draft with Shador Sanders, everybody was talking like that shit should be consuming people's minds with the real shit that's going on. Hey, another thing I saw like last week, I had just seen it, just like one video on it, the gorilla versus 100 people, and then like the whole world talked
That
about
shit
it.
was
So
every-
every TV
So-
I'm like,
so-
yo, what the
Get that off my
fuck?
feet.
Once I started seeing it, I said, oh hell no.
So we know that these people, we know that they're controlled by algorithms. Like you
Yeah.
said, that's why I said that's the perfect word. They're bots. They're controlled by algorithms. That Shador Sanders shit not going in the first round, that's on your algorithm.
Yeah.
100, I seen that shit every day.
Even the P. Diddy shit, like
I don't even
the
watch
one dude that
football and
work-
I was seeing shit
Right.
like
The
that.
one dude at work, we talk about the shit all the time, like, oh, Jay-Z, that Jay-Z. I'm like, yo, what about the fucking Pope, dog? In the Catholic Church, why you don't care about that? I don't want to hear about that shit no more.
Oh, Trump just posted an image on his own, I think it was his own Twitter,
Oh, yeah.
of him photoshopped into the Pope's uniform, man.
They bots,
See,
yeah.
they-
I'm
they-
gonna
see,
stick,
they
that's
treat
gonna
you
stick
as a
with me.
god
People are
anyway.
bots.
They don't matter.
Hey, they treat him like he's a demigod, you know?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, the book of the book of Isaiah chapter 10. We're gonna skip around. Gotta start verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Turn aside the needy for judgment, to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless.
And that's, oh, go ahead, bro.
That's only what Esau's doing, man. You know, with these laws and legislation, all this is geared against Jake, man. So right now, you see it right now with Trump, man, because only Trump started off with the immigration. We gotta get these illegal migrants out of the country. They started off with them. Now he's gonna start going into his own stone, going into America against Jake, against the Southern Kingdom, man.
Yeah, he's the king. He's the king of unrighteous decrees. You know, everything that he has in place is set to trap you. It's either a snare or a trap. Everything he does, everything he comes up with is to trap you and to keep your mind entangled, and is ultimately to keep you from righteousness.
Yeah,
That's like those algorithms and shit. That shit is a distraction. Social media was probably one of the best experiments this nigga ever came out with.
And one of the things that he did last week that, you know, part of the 1 in 100 gorilla fucking thing probably was used to distract people with was he had a federal judge arrested for protecting the immigrant laws, man. You know, that's one of those slippery slope things where a president could start arresting judges. You know, that's a sign of a dictator coming into power.
Gradually.
And going into the social media algorithms and all that, it's the term called brain rot. You know, you can look it up, brain rot, and that's from people being exposed to pretty much simple foolishness content. like shit like 100 people versus a gorilla,
I got it.
or many other things.
You got more?
Yeah, I got
Finish
one
that.
more.
Finish that.
Verse 5, then out of verse 5. O Syrian, revive my anger, and the staff in their hand is my indignation. I will send them against a hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath. Will I give him a charge to take the spoil, and to take the prey, and to tread them down like the mire of the streets. Now the Lord doing it now with the Edomites, man. Now real soon, so right now Esau is preparing the stew, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's being prepped.
Preparing that troop, man, for the slaughter, man. So right now he's preparing the people, keeping them dumb and idiotic. So preparing them, preparing the economy, keeping it crashing, going down so they can set up a digital system. So preparing it all so they can set up this MW1, man.
And that's done through technology, because technology in America is different and is used as a different weapon than it is in other countries. The algorithms in America ain't the same algorithms in China. The algorithms in America ain't the same as it is in Russia and those type of. America's algorithm is to keep you dumbed down and stupid.
Fluoride, man.
You know?
Fluoride.
And fluoride too, exactly. In the tap water, in your toothpaste, everything. But Gabar mentioned brain rot, and that's basically what it leads to. It says brain rot is a slang term that refers to the perceived deterioration of a person's mental or intellectual state. And Esau is a master at that. He's a master at keeping your intellectual state at an all-time low.
Yeah.
He controls the foods, he controls the water, he controls what you see on TV. That's why he gives you Fox and CNN every day. That's bullshit. That's why he puts colors behind the news anchors. All that shit got a vibration to it.
It's like it's even worse than that. Now the young people now, you're listening to these random news on the internet, vaguely talking about the news, and then you're giving them some fake ass bullshit, man.
Yep. Hey, that's why Yasharon be like, watch who you listen to on fucking TikTok.
Yeah.
A lot of that shit be false information. You know? Everybody, we live in a society, Salakia. We live in a society where everybody got a fucking opinion. Everybody got a voice. So if you get used to getting opinions from everywhere, you could get confused. You know, you gotta have it's called a reliable source.
A lot of the popular music now, man. You know, it's composed to put you in a trance, man. You look at Jake, you listen to a couple of his favorite songs now, is nothing but adultery and killing and keeping you stupid. And then they compose the music in a way to, you know, with the time signatures and everything to put you in a trance, to keep listening to it over and over.
It says often attributed to excessive consumption of low quality or trivial online content. That's pretty much it.
100 people versus a gorilla. The shit they put on the social media algorithms.
Oh, what was it last week? Oh, fucking Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp, Deion Sanders,
Yeah.
basketball players.
Yeah, preach it.
Yep.
This is Isaiah 9, verse 16. For the leaders of the people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. Now, so the people of this world are destroyed, man. Because only at the end of the day, they're following Esau. So at the end of the day, they is following Esau. Whether they believe it or not, no or not, even these people who are black consciousness, even these niggas who are in these other groups, really at the end of the day, you're out there following the devil, man. You're following lies. Following your own way. Really, you're following Esau's way. You know, you're catering to the society, you're following Esau's way, man. You know?
Go ahead, Shai.
It's 1 Thessalonians 5:1 in the NLT. Now concerning how and when all this will happen, dear brothers and sisters, we do not really need to write unto you, for you know quite well that the day of the Lord's return will come unexpectedly like a thief in the night. When people are saying everything is peaceful and secure, then disaster will fall on them as suddenly as a pregnant woman's labor pains, and there will be no escape.
And see, the average person who doesn't have spiritual discernment, they believe everything is okay because they can do particular things in society. You know? But you can't look at it like that. You gotta look at it just from a spiritual standpoint. You gotta look at how the elites are, or how the Most High is putting the spirit on the elites to orchestrate these things, man. And how the elites control dudes like Trump, the lesser illuminaries, and what's going on. Because there's no way you could look at this society and fucking say everything is good.
This shit is madness. This shit is wretched.
Go ahead.
Especially with the things, like I remember when we used to talk about the famine. I used to say like, look around, like it's where you get your food from, grocery stores. It's looking real dire. Like if the shipment stop coming in.
They just closed a grocery store in the fall.
Yep.
You know, where a lot of low income people go to the shop.
Yep.
So now they gotta go out their way to go somewhere further.
Only thing I see to eat out here is people.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
There's only people to eat out here.
So
Ain't
now-
nothing to eat.
So now it's fucking the grocery store. I just looked at it yesterday. It's all boarded. They boarded it all up.
Not the top.
No, they supposed to save a lot.
Yeah.
But they've been talking about tops too.
And Tops are more expensive than Save-A-Lot. So now they gotta go out their way to go to
But
Tops just to
they've
spend more money.
been talking about closing tops too. You know, I know. So
Yeah.
they've been talking about
That's
the store manager was like, when I was like, I was talking to him and I was like, yo, they just closed that, so their business gonna come here. He said, yeah, shit, if we stay open. You know, that's what he said. So he the manager, so I'm like, he got some
Insight.
insight. He said, yeah, we stay open too.
Yeah.
And guess what? That's the last grocery store for the whole downtown area.
Yep.
But the tops, right?
Yeah.
That's
Because
it.
the Wegmans shine fire.
But
that's
that
up there,
shit
that's
way
uptown.
up there.
But that's downtown. That's it.
Niggas gonna be shopping at the Arab store.
The Arab store. There ain't shit in there.
Yeah.
Talk about 3 days of food in tops. It's one day.
day.
If everybody
that.
go to, they
Not
clear
even
that
more.
joint
Ain't
out.
nothing in there but Doritos and Lucy's
Okay.
Yeah, appreciate it.
candy. Go ahead.
The book of 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And this has happened, man. Shit, fucking Main Street. All Main Street get burned. Torn up windows, abandoned houses. Same thing with Pride,
How
man.
about you Pine Avenue turning into Main Street?
There ain't nothing. Yeah, there's nothing there, man. Like literally, and that's happening all over America, man. You know, this whole world shutting down, man. Real soon.
And that's gonna spark the famine. When the storehouses are empty, that's gonna start sparking the famines, because where does everybody go to get food? Like Yasharan said, people don't grow food no more. You still got people who do grow food, but it's a low ass percentage.
Yes.
It's a very low percentage of people who grow food, and America is a microwave society. Everything is instant. Only thing they promote is if you watching TV, you gonna see KFC commercials,
Taco
McDonald's
Bell.
commercials. Nigga, you gonna see the Angel Reese meal. You know, you gonna see Taco Bell commercials. They just had a Taco Bell commercial where they like, oh, a taco place could sell chicken nuggets because these niggas got chicken nuggets now, which you know that ain't chicken.
Yeah.
How can a taco place sell chicken nuggets?
Hey, KFC did that commercial where they were hinting at the cannibalism, man.
So it's a microwave society. They don't promote healthy foods here. You know, everything is to dumb you down and to keep your body in a state of sickness. And that's how, you know, these Edomites, they get rich off you being sick. That's another thing.
Guess
You know?
what? But guess what? Going back to the tariffs, the pharmaceutical is about to get cut off. So now people just about to be sick with no medicine.
You're gonna have a bunch of sick people out here that's hungry.
Fucked up.
They've been closing hospitals too. I seen videos of them closing hospitals.
I know they've been closing a lot of nursing homes around a lot of places too.
Sick people, hungry people who can't get meds, and elderly people just gonna be dying off, man.
Dialysis patients, all of that shit.
Go ahead. 2 Ezra 16 and 14. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. Woe is me, who shall deliver me in those days? So, you know, you can see the signs coming, but, you know, we only out here to let our people know to take heed. Because, like Yeshaya was reading a minute ago, and how it says in the Apocrypha as well, the Lord always compares the downfall of this society in many scriptures to birth pains of a woman. And the reason why he does that is because that's something that can't be stopped.
Yeah, it don't go in reverse.
Yeah, that's perfect. It don't go in reverse. You can't reverse the baby back up into your stomach, and you can't do that.
Yeah. So it's not gonna be like it's no healing. That's why Jeremiah say we can't heal Babylon. When the famine start, the food ain't coming back, bro. Till they put something in you. It ain't coming back. The food ain't coming back. When the real pestilence comes.
Yeah, I got a precept.
Go ahead.
Like you said, the food ain't coming back. When the pestilence starts, the diseases and viruses ain't gonna go back. When the famine starts, the food ain't gonna come back. Shit, once a bullet fly, you can't return the bullet. This is Isaiah 55, verse 10. For as the rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth in bud, that it may give seed to the sower, and bread to the eater. So, you know, just like it's raining now, you can't return these raindrops back up to the clouds. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void. It shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it.
Yeah, everything that we're reading about, you know, each week we come out, but we prophesy throughout the week. But this word is going out daily, so I always like to say when the Lord brings judgment upon the earth, there's going to be no excuses for none of you.
And the scripture says the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, man. And then he talks about sending plagues and all kinds of things here, man. Pestilences, you know, all those things are coming because he said it would come. You know, he said, "Thus with violence shall that city be brought down."
Yeah, they said that it was something with the milk plant saying that they fired all the inspectors, so they just pushing shit out. People be sick as hell.
And this shit ain't by coincidence, man.
They said it been due to that, from the milk and the meat not being inspected, it been E. coli outbreaks.
Yeah, that's
in a
all.
lot of
It's all
states.
by design to kill you off.
So people gonna be eating, and their stomachs gonna get twisted. It ain't even.
Like what was it when they was burning them plants down? What plants was that?
The processing
Meat,
facilities.
the meat
It was
joint.
like a couple years ago or something.
Yeah, meat,
Not
chicken
even.
plant, shit like
Yeah.
that. The food
Oh,
processing
yeah,
plant.
the chicken.
Yeah.
Right there, I remember that, yeah.
Those were probably the plants that didn't want to go along with the agenda.
Yeah.
This is Jeremiah 51:9. It says, "We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed." I'll start at 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even into the skies.
Well, one of the goals of these elites is to make it so bad that people beg for the New World Order, man, because they want to be looked at as gods. Okay.
Problem, reaction, solution.
Right.
They create the problem, which is going to be the famines. These tariffs is a part of it. We've been saying this is the third week. We've been talking about the storehouses being empty. That's the elite creating the problem. But ultimately, it's coming from Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
And it's saying, read that again, what you just read. Because that's a precept for Isaiah. I forgot where it said Isaiah, where it say they should leave their tents and go back to their own
Oh,
country.
they go flee.
Isaiah
Every man
13.
shall flee to their
Yeah,
own
get
country.
that and read that again.
That's what these terrorists are doing.
Because people say like you just said, if they close tops, people have to go to the Arabian stores. Hey, it say right there that they gonna go back home.
It says we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country.
That's these Arabians. That's these
Indians.
Chinese, Indians. They gonna go back. I just was watching the video on my way here on the bus because ain't no trains running. Fucking there was this dot head, and he was like, America's the place where we went, where we came in droves. He said they came in droves to seek a greater life. He said people already coming back to India in droves because they said this ain't it, and it's better to stay over in India now. Cause them was like all the doctors and shit.
Doctors, scientists.
Yep. This is Isaiah 13 and 14. And it shall be as the chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people. I'm going to read that again. They shall every man turn to his own people. And if you remember what happened, well, yeah, that's also in the chat.
Oh, yes.
But remember what happened, man. Before Trump got in, the world was a lot more globalized. You know, they were all working together on certain shit. But now with these tariffs, because it's not just China, it's worldwide. The world is fracturing. You know, every man is turning to himself pretty much. Every country's looking out for their own national interests now.
Oh man,
Can I read this real quick? Oh, just my bad. Cod, you was looking for a different part?
Yeah, go ahead though.
Yeah,
This
it's in
is-
the same chat.
This is Revelation 18 and 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her, like Yeshaya was saying, the Ishmaelites, the so-called Chinese, they live deliciously over here. It says, shall bewail her and shall lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. So when this place is destroyed, the other nations are gonna basically cry, you know, and bewail this place, because this is the place where they was able to feed their families. Like they make money, they send that shit back home. You know, I see it all the time when they come into the store. The damn Ishmaelites, they always bring their money in big ass cigar boxes and shit, and they deposit it into the bank, or they'll come in there with a plastic bag. You know, and from the latest statistic that I heard was these corner stores make between $100,000 and $300,000 every 2 to 3 days.
makes sense.
You know, and that's all money from Jake.
Yeah, just leaving their so-called communities, man.
Yep.
Yeah, because
Not sure.
Depending on where it's at.
Yeah, Esau Edom not going to these corner stores. You know, they go to 7-Eleven or to a grocery store. That's all Jake hitting up them corner stores in the ghettos.
Go ahead, Yash.
This is back in Isaiah 13 and 14. And it shall be as the chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land.
Yep. They're gonna get lost, especially once society starts to collapse in America. They're gonna pack their shit up.
Yep.
But what's funny is these Ishmaelites, you pack your shit up, you go back home, you going back home to where the war gonna start.
Right.
You know? So the Lord trapping your ass, you gonna pack up, go back over to the so-called Middle East, and then boom. So, you know, you can't escape it.
Verse 15, every one that is found shall be thrust through, and every one that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
Yep.
Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished.
And that's not a light thing, because when those type of things hit society, that's gonna be big. You know, your children being dashed to pieces, your wives getting you know what. You know, that's gonna cause people to bug the fuck out.
Behold, verse 17, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in
And
it.
that's Vladimir Putin and the crew. You know?
Man, how many times during the last few years did they try to fucking bribe Russia to stop attacking Ukraine? or threatening to cut him off from the financial system.
Yep.
You know, with the SWIFT and all that, and he don't give a fuck.
But I believe
You know?
I believe they're trying to do it again.
They're trying to isolate him.
Get it where it says he gonna put hooks in his jaws? That's in Ezekiel, ain't it?
Yeah.
Couple
got-
more verses here.
You gotta understand that the Lord controls the minds of the kings of the earth. So he's giving Putin that hardened spirit. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 18. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
So all this witchcraft, all these enchantments, the city of witchcraft and enchantments and falsehood and lies is finally gonna be brought low. And that's what we want. Yeah, we live in America. We use the world but not abuse it, but this shit is wicked, man. Like, you can't even be a man here. You can't say certain things because it offends certain people. Fuck, we can't even keep the Sabbath. I don't want to say that's a light thing, but damn, like, you can't even rest when you're supposed to. You can't even rest completely when the Lord commanded us to. Like, when the kingdom is established, we're going to realize how important the Sabbath is. You know? Like, that's supposed to be a day where we rest from all our labors. But under captivity, you got to fucking go to work just to sustain yourself and work. And that proves that we not in our lots, man. We ain't in our kingship.
Just to survive, you know, live check to check.
And they use debt as a form of slavery in this society, man. There's supposed to be a jubilee or a release every so often, man.
The land Sabbath.
You get in debt when you're in your 20s, and you just look at all these young people with the student loans. Actually, that's next week that they're gonna start garnishing their checks, man.
And this
They're
nigga,
fucked for the rest of their
this
life.
nigga created something called credit that don't even fucking exist. You can't live in this house because you don't got good credit. But you could have the money to afford it. You could have the job to sustain it, but he'll do a credit check. And now if your credit ain't right, even though you showing your pay stubs, where you work at, you could afford it, but this nigga will say, oh, you got a history of bad credit. That's bullshit,
But
man.
look at America's credit. America, what, 30, almost 40,000?
Trillions of dollars in
I said
debt.
almost 40,000. Almost $40 trillion in debt, and they talking about credit. Y'all credit fucked.
Yep.
Got a precept.
Go ahead.
I got a couple more.
The book of Zechariah chapter 1, verse 15. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased that they helped forward the affliction. Right? You know, because normally they kept going hard against Jake, man. That's why Jake's so fucked up right now, because all the trauma they had over generations, man. Because Jake's oppressed, man. Jake, you can't tell that Jake, the so-called black Hispanic named American oppressed, man. There's something wrong with you, man. Because only this is Esau's system. He wants Jake to be at the bottom, like he hates it, man. So he despises it. You know, and you gotta keep going hard against it, man. You know?
And I got a precept since he brought up the heathen, you know, on Jake. This is Ezekiel chapter 30, verse 3. For the day is near. The day of the Lord is near. A cloudy day. It shall be a time of the heathen. You know? Matter of fact, I'm going to start at the top. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Howl ye, woe, worth the day, for the day is near, even the day of the Lord is near, a cloudy day. It shall be the time of the heathen.
The Lord got Jack up.
Yeah, that's straightforward, you know.
This Obadiah verse 15, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. And as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Because what? They ultimately they were confederate against us. You know? And they mentioned
Yeah, it's just I had a little Ishmael store I be going to. He always be asking me questions. He was like, I think he's saying something about the Jews, like kids on fire over there, this and that. And he was like, yo, what's gonna happen to them, Arthur? I said, they're going into slavery. He's like,
You couldn't
what?
believe it.
I was like, yeah, it's in the Bible. He's like, no, it's not. He was like, it don't sound, he was like, that don't sound right. He was like, that's how heaven gonna be? I was like, yeah. He's like, that don't sound right. Well, read that again. Go ahead, read it again.
Obadiah 15, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. And as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee.
See, as thou hast done, it should be done unto thee. Revelations 13 and 9.
Thy reward shall return upon thine own head.
Thy reward that y'all gave to the Israelites, the nation of Israel, is going to return upon your own head. That Psalms 83, when y'all was confederate against us, y'all was our enemy, when y'all made yourself our enemy, it's going to return upon your own head.
For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually.
That's what they do. When we go to these stores, he said we spend $300,000 in fucking 2 days at their stores. He says they drunk. That's them drinking of our holy mountain. Go ahead.
Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down.
That's what they gonna do. Get that Isaiah 60 where it say they gonna carry their children upon their shoulders and bring them to us.
Start at 10. And they shall be as though they had not been.
Yeah, they gonna be just like they had not been. They gonna be in fucking a state of delirium. With They gonna be like, what the fuck? Especially, they better hope they'll have remembrance. Like we didn't have remembrance. They better hope they like, damn.
Oh no, they don't know.
That's further. That'll make it worse.
I gotta read. This is my favorite precept ever.
Okay.
Jeremiah 30 and 16. Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them.
Every one of them. That's because our number one adversary is the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. But the other nations is too as well. Moab, fucking Ishmael.
Ethiopia.
It's like all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
All our ops. Yeah. All the ops of the nation of
Everybody
Israel.
whoever preyed upon us.
And after that it says,
I still remember when we used to teach out there, he went in the store for a napkin.
oh yeah, bro.
Gotcha.
He was mad as hell. He was talking about
Motherfucking
that shit
Ishmaelite
like
tried to charge me 10 cents for a fucking napkin, man. I was pissed. And it was a winter time, my fucking nose
He
was
was
running.
praying on him. He was praying on
Man,
the brother.
motherfucker said 10 cents.
Oh, you want to
I came back to the camp pissed. I got 10 cents today, but I ain't have it that day, man. It was cold as shit.
man,
And he had he had the napkins on the roller like you would have at home.
Yeah.
So all he had to do was just roll it, give it, here you go. Like I said, 10 cents.
He might have.
I was pissed.
He might have got you to
They
be
never
a permanent
forget that,
customer,
huh?
man.
That's right. He was talking about that shit for a long time.
Yeah, now they ass closed. The
You
Wadi,
went
how
back
about
to
you?
fucking- You went back to fucking Elam land, man.
Yep. Go ahead, bro.
Hello, my friend. As Isaiah 60 verse 10. The sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee.
They're kings.
It don't say it.
For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. The Lord gonna have mercy upon the elect, man. So really, all nations of Israel, yeah. All nations of Israel gotta be blessed at that time, and all the heathen are gonna be under them. They're gonna be serving us. No, continually, day and night. Besides the Sabbath day. So you gotta appreciate that Sabbath. But anyway, they gotta serve us day and night, man, continually. Reading on. Therefore, thy gates shall be open continually.
Oh, you're in Isaiah.
They shall not be shut day nor night. And men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought.
That's all your top elites. You know, even you certain kings from other nations, you're gonna be brought to serve us. You know, the word minister means to serve. You're gonna minister unto us. And our gates are gonna be open continually, man. So your daughters, you know, that we gonna get as concubines and all of that, you're gonna bring them. We're gonna have servants, handmaids. We gonna have it all. And it's all gonna be in righteousness. We're not gonna do the shit that y'all did to us that was wicked. We're gonna do everything in righteousness.
The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. You know, we at the bottom right now, so we about to get ready to be on top.
Go ahead.
Verse 12, for nation and kingdom that will not serve thee
Yep.
shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. No, so if they don't want to serve us, they'll die. No, it's as simple as that.
Yeah,
They'll
that's
die.
yeah. You ain't going that means you're not gonna have a choice but to serve us. It's not gonna be the multiple choice.
No, and if they do disobey, we just resurrect them from the dead and ask them again, do you want
Yep.
to serve? No, and they say
Hey,
no.
it say those that bless us is gonna be blessed. So it's in their best interest to
Well, you're gonna live better under the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord anyway. You're gonna live better under the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. This is Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord
we gonna own y'all. We gonna own y'all. Get it in Psalms.
for servants and handmaids. And it's not, and see, when we preach this and we bring this out, the world turns into a frenzy, like there's something wrong with that.
Yeah.
What? You're preaching hate. That's not what God is all about. But when these Edomites was whipping our asses with that whip and was putting railroad tracks on our back and holding up the Bible, saying it was righteous, that was okay, right?
Yeah, they tell us, oh, life's not fair. Yes, it is. It actually is fair.
Yeah.
In the end, when we get to the end game, we're gonna see that it is fair.
Yep.
And every nation has had, like the scriptures say, has had its time to rule.
Yep.
They weren't including nobody else in their kingdom, but yet we gotta include everybody else in our kingdom, man.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, they
Fuck
was
that Christian
include.
shit.
They did include us in their kingdom as slaves.
Yeah,
Right.
That's what they. Because it seemed like everybody, when you go through when you look at the people who rule, it seemed like we was in a lot of captivities. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
shit, well, read the book of Judges. You know?
Right.
Jake was in captivity all the time. But see, now that when you stand for something, Esau has a problem. You know? But the only I ain't gonna say even call them Israelites. The only niggas who think like that is the ones who don't have a ruling class mentality. You gotta have a ruling class mentality. I don't want heathens ruling with me in the kingdom of heaven. I've seen heathens rule. I'm looking at them rule right now. It says, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Who's our oppressors right now? The so-called white man Esau, Edom, and the other nations. Those are the ones that oppress us. That's why it's systematically designed for you to only have access to certain foods, only make a certain amount of money. Your grocery stores don't look like Esau grocery stores.
Shit, your neighborhood. Yeah.
Your neighborhood don't look like Esau's neighborhoods.
And,
Okay, we walk through the
and
neighborhood.
speaking
Yeah.
of the grocery stores, they save a lot, and grocery stores got better and cheaper goods
And
than the stores that's put in the
Yeah,
hood.
they should be better and they get better deals.
Yeah.
But you know where you really notice that with the grocery stores is always the fucking produce sections.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You go to an Edomite produce section, that shit look good as hell.
And cheaper.
But they put that good produce in those stores purposely.
Well, Jake don't buy it anyways, man. Majority
Right.
of Jake. They
Yeah.
want to buy fucking shit food.
Yep.
You know?
When you go to the Jake stores, the produce look like shit, and it costs more than the good produce at the heathen stores.
Yeah, they even with the lotto tickets.
The
I remember.
meat, all
I
that.
remember I was riding the fucking. I forgot where he's going. We was out of town though. I stopped in like a white neighborhood at the gas station and bought 10 lotto tickets. I'm on like $41 off of $10.
Yep.
I'm like, God, every drunk was a winner. It's
Every-
like two
yeah.
was in the winner.
You would have went 0 for 10 in the hood, man.
You would've got like $1 back. in
Shalom. Shalom. You would have went 0 for 10.
I was
Yeah.
like 0 for 20 one time.
Yeah, that, hey,
With
but,
the loose changes. The dollar
but
bill.
even that seems like a small thing, like the lottery tickets.
Yeah.
Nah, they put that in certain machines too, in certain places.
I got something real quick.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 1, verse 68. Blessed be the Lord, power realm, for he hath visited and redeemed his people, and have raised up a horn of salvation for us
For us.
in the house of his servant David, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies.
And that's the thing. See, that a lot of our people have lost the mindset that they have enemies. Jake wants to love every fucking body, man. You have enemies. These other nations out here are your enemies, man. Now that don't mean you walk down the street and you see an Edomite, oh, you want. That don't mean that, but you gotta understand it on a higher level. That yo, these people are these are my enemies.
Like when Trump got rid of that DEI shit, right? Which you know, Jake was out there protesting, right? But they weren't protesting for them. They were protesting for the alphabet people, man. They wanted rush for the alphabet people, man. To be and they're sitting there lumping you all together. You should be offended at that. With the chicks with the dicks and all that.
Right.
No, but it's such a sad Israel homeboard slave, man. Jake is, man, a homeboard slave. They love oppression.
And Jake is fucking stupid because everything to a nigga is racist. You gotta think bigger than that, man. You know, they don't like Trump because they say he's racist. He's just a fucking puppet. How about you understanding that nigga really ain't running shit? That is coming from on a higher level.
Right.
Don't vote for Trump, he racist. You niggas are fucking docile, man.
Yeah, you look at the other side and
Damn.
what were they trying to do? Their whole platform was run on aborting babies, man.
Fuck.
Which is an epidemic amongst our people. Man.
And when you dig into Biden, he was a for sure racist.
Oh,
He
absolutely.
did all types of fucked up shit towards
He
Jake.
was saying he didn't want his kids growing up in a concrete jungle.
And he was a pedo. He liked to touch
You said
little
niggers
people.
on the motherfucking Congress floor.
Yep,
He was on
yep.
Congress floor,
Yep.
and you can still look it up on YouTube. He was dwib.
He's
Ain't
a-
nobody say nothing. Like, hey, he ain't slammed the hammer or none of that shit.
Yeah, he's a creep too. There's a compilation video of him touching, you know,
Little kids on camera.
Little
Yep.
girls, yeah.
That- Imagine what he do when
He
he
do
got
that
him
shit. He
in
was doing that shit in public.
the cellar. When he got him in the cellar.
the cellar.
imagine what he do.
Hey, when that shit came out, the Hunter Biden
In front of their
laptop
parents.
hacked,
Yep.
they were called his name in his phone was called Pedo Pete.
Yep.
He called his own dad Pedo Pete.
And for all you Israelites who caught up in that system of voting shit, man, because, and the reason why y'all caught up in that is because you want to see this society further itself. Fuck, oh, then when you tell a nigga you don't vote, they say, oh, you the worst of them all. You a part of the problem.
Yeah.
You niggas, man.
Yeah, I don't do that work. He was like, I don't respect niggas that don't vote. He said,
Yeah. I told him I ain't vote at work. He said, oh, you worse than everybody. You know, niggas are small-minded,
And
man.
if you would have picked either side, it still would have been a problem.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
the
this guy's a Republican.
The Most High put the spirit, the Most High put Trump in there so he could actually start to bring this shit down.
Yeah.
That's why he's placed in there to do what he's doing, to bring the tariffs, to stop certain shit from coming in so shit could get stirred up. That's why the Lord wanted him in there. He didn't want no nigga with one foot in the grave in there who he get off the fucking chopper, he don't know which way to go.
He tripping upstairs.
The Most High was done with that nigga. He got the fiery Trump up in there.
And in terms of morale, Trump has a lot of support from the police, from the military. So they'll bark at they'll march at his orders no
Yeah.
matter what.
He could win. Yep.
On top of these secret militias and secret groups.
We're gonna close up after that. Go ahead.
This is Psalm 2:1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. The Lord's going to have you devils in derision, man, thinking that you're actually going to achieve your new world order, man, and wipe out our people, man.
Yup. So hey, you better stay vigilant, stay on your watch, you know, and keep your head on the swivel, man, and stay prayed up. Pray in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, so you're guided in the right direction, and pray that the Holy Spirit don't leave you, man, doesn't depart from you. So with that, we're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Ba'ashim Kakwadash. All right, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth through the Holy Spirit. Peace and blessings and salutations to the elect. All right, Lord willing, you were edified. Shalom.